I know Chigs is in here recording or some shit.
No Chid Smooth in here, right? So whatever you say,
you know, Chid gonna have everything up there.
Whatever you say, Chid's gonna be on YouTube with it, man. I like you.
Come on.
To do that, right? Because God called me to do something different. My soul and my spirit will not allow me to just focus on me and just say, let me just do me. My spirit won't do that. And it's because God is telling me that I can't. They're telling me, despite whatever you might think, whatever trepidations you might have, fears, conflict, whatever it is, this is what you've been designed for. This is the time that I called you and specifically built you for, my son. And I think my discernment and my understanding of this time is immaculate. What I want to say is, us as black people, there has to be a level of unity, like real unity. Not you say what I say, you do what I do, and then we on the same page. I need you to do exactly as I say. I need you to say exactly what I want you to say. Then we're no different than the oppressor that we're speaking of. We're speaking of this oppressor. We're speaking on how we're being forced into saying certain things and doing and believing certain ways, right? And then we impose those same things on our own people, right? Like if I don't say what you say the way you think I should say it, then I ain't shit. I'm a fake leader, right? If I believe that we need to be free, but I believe that we need to be free, or the road to get to freedom is this way, and you say it's that way, then I'm a fake leader. I'm not who I said. If I believe that what's happening to Kyrie is completely wrong and is excessive, right? And I don't say, and I don't call out and say certain shit, the words that you think I should say, then I'm not being honest. And I think that shit is so dangerous. I think it's dangerous and it's not realistic. It's not realistic. There's no individual that's going to say the words that you want them to say, right? The same way I'm being honest with you. I have not studied enough to know about if blacks are the real Jews or not. I haven't done the studies. I think based on this times that I will do those levels of studies to understand. But I know that there are a lot of people who believe that. I know there are a lot of people that their studies in the Bible have led them to believe that, right? And they should be able to believe. Religion is based on your own personal studies and your own personal beliefs based on those studies, right? So I get paid by George Soros. Here we go with this again. But once again, there has to be a level of unity. We have to acknowledge that each of us has a different level of understanding, and each of us has a different job, right? So if we all go in the same direction and we in different cars and we go into the same location, the same destination, and we in different cars, then that's real. That's unity. I don't need you to say everything that I say, because you're not me. I don't need you to sacrifice as much as I'm willing to sacrifice, because you're not me. I need you to sacrifice what it is that you're willing to sacrifice. That's what I need. I need you to be able to sacrifice what you're willing to sacrifice, or able to sacrifice within your own compass. Right? That's what I need. I need you to be able to give what God gave you to give to the world in the time that is needed. And the same thing I'll do. I'll give what God gave me to give to the world in the time it's needed. And when we do that, that's when we're going to be successful. That's when we're going to get where we're supposed to go. I read the comments. I made a post about Kyrie this morning because my spirit wasn't right. And then there's people in there like, oh, he didn't do anything wrong. You not really defending him. I'm defending him based on what he said. As a man, he made an acknowledgement that he posted something that he didn't quite agree with, that he thought was inaccurate. That's what a man said. So I'm supposed to support him, but not support what it is that he believes. If a man acknowledged that he made a mistake, right? Then I don't understand. If the man acknowledged and saying to himself, you know, I'm not saying that the Holocaust didn't happen. I'm not saying all Jews worship Satan. That was not what I posted that to say. But I do believe that blacks are the true Jews in the Bible, the ones who speak of, the one who shall inherit the earth, the one who have the birthright. I do believe that. And he said that, and he was adamant about saying that. So I don't know why people make it seem like that man didn't say that. That's what he said out of his mouth as a man. So if you support him, then support that that's what his belief says. Well, my thing is this: if somebody's supposed to apologize for your misunderstanding of something I said, then your job is to make me understand, right? Your job is to make me. If you're telling me there's a misunderstanding and you're delivering a message to me, your job is to make me understand. I'm not. What the thing is this: we're not saying where the Holocaust happened, but we know that it happened, and that man acknowledged that the Holocaust happened. That's just a reality. We're not gonna say, "Oh, the Holocaust never happened." I don't think any sane person would be saying that. I don't think there's a sane person alive that I've heard say that the Holocaust didn't happen. Right? So to acknowledge that's what he said, and say that part of the thing is not something I believe in. I don't believe that all Jews worship Satan. Like, that's just being a man and saying that. So why do you act like there were things I have not seen it? Right? But that's what he said. But see, that's the problem. You focusing on the wrong thing, and I think we should not focus on the wrong thing. This ain't a struggle Olympics, and that's not my issue. My issue is us as black people. We need to get on a level of code and a level of unity that doesn't focus on the differences, right? A level of unity that focus on the similarities. The level of unity that understands that we are all looking for equity, freedom, and justice in America. We all acknowledge that there are levels of equity, freedom, and justice that black people have not been afforded in America. How do we get there? How do we create systems, structures, and apparatuses that assure that we're getting the same treatment that everybody else is? And the only way that happens is if we focus on the unification, not the uniformity, but unification, being unified. Being unified. We are not unified, and the comments on my page show that we are not unified, even though we all agree that we should be fighting for Kyrie, and what's happening to Kyrie is wrong. The fact that different people have different reasons why they're fighting makes somebody else angry, and that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. The fact that we can't acknowledge, we can't as black people say, yo, what's happening to Kyrie? I don't give a fuck if you think, oh, he should be playing because he played basketball, he did this, or he gave this person this. We all agree that whatever is happening to Kyrie in this moment is totally wrong. And we're supposed to unify under that principle alone. I don't need you to tell me all of the rest of the shit. Well, if you think it's wrong, but you saying that he apologized and he made a mistake, then nah, I don't want to. What the fuck are you talking about? That's what that man said. Now you making an assumption of why he did it. I don't want to do all that. I just want us to stand by each other and say, hey, we fighting for Kyrie because we think what's happening to him is wrong. That's what we supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do as black men and black women in America. That's supposed to be the premise of our unification. Whatever you think after that, after we fight and we get Kyrie and the world to understand that Kyrie is not alone and there's people that support him for different reasons all over this diaspora, go back and do whatever you're doing. But the cause that we fight for now is supposed to be unified. It ain't supposed to be y'all breaking it up and trying to say, oh, you think this and you a sellout. And what the fuck are you talking about? We all think that what's happening to this man is wrong. Why can't we unify under that banner? Like it doesn't make sense to me. And that's why this is why black people are in the position we are now. You got to say it the way we doing the same shit that we saying the oppressors doing, and we doing it to our own. They need you to say certain words. Need you to say it this way, do it this way. We need you to do it. We need our own people to do this. It's the dumbest shit in the world. Like it just doesn't make sense. And people are going. Every other culture is going to continue to surpass black people until we understand that. Until we understand what unity actually looks like, and then understand that it's never going to be uniformity, that we never going to think 100% alike, never. There's never going to be a group of people that agree on everything in life. When we understand that, that's when we can get what we're supposed to do. Until then, we're not getting what we're supposed to get. You know, I'm willing to stand for Kyrie because Kyrie has always stood for black people. He's always been honorable. He's always been a courageous man. He's always put the issues of black people over his own personal issues. That's real to me. The man is one of the best basketball players in the world. And because of his principles and his morals, he's been willing to compromise and sacrifice for the betterment of black people over his natural talent. Over him being able to make hundreds of millions and just peacefully coexist. And whenever happened to Breonna Taylor, fuck it, I'm gonna go in the bubble while this is happening. I'm just gonna make me some money. I'm not protesting. I'm not gonna call the NBA to do nothing different. You know, nah, fuck that. The man said, I'd rather sit out. It's way more important issues than basketball to me. But it's not black owned. It ain't too many things black owned. Because we can't get on code, we can't be unified. Once again, I don't need you to be uniformed, I need you to be unified. See, uniform, everybody got the same exact outfit on. You look alike, you move, you got the same fit. No, I don't need that. I need us to say, yo, this shit is wrong. I don't need an army. I'm not looking for an army. You know, because the army is all on one agenda. Nah. Totally one, they under one this and that, one flag. No. I forgot the name I'm looking for. What is the name? It's called somebody, damn, it's escaping me. It's an army full of just regular people. What is it called, y'all? When regular people come together, they're not in the army, but they form. It's escaping my mind. Anyway, y'all know what I mean. Militia. There you go. I need a militia. Thank you. I don't want an army. I want a militia. I want a bunch of people who were like-minded for the goal and understand that we gotta get out and we got different religions, we got different all of that shit, but we know right from wrong. That's what we want to, like, somebody said, Ben Crump said one of the realest things yesterday at a thing. He said, when he met Thurgood Marshall said, I don't want you to go in the courtroom and argue the law, what's legal or not. I want you to argue what's right and wrong. And that's what I want us to do. I want people who disagree what's right and wrong. I don't give a fuck what we all know is wrong. There are Jewish people who know that I know, who are good friends of mine, who know what's happening to Kyrie is wrong. They acknowledge that what he said, or not what he said, but what the documentary contained was something that was wrong. But they also acknowledge the level of individual he is. They acknowledge that he acknowledged and apologized, and they said that this shit is going too far. Those are the people I need. I'm not getting rid of any allies that's for the same cause that I have. You do that. I don't think that makes sense. I'm fighting against what's wrong. And that's what I want to be. I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part, because the reality of the situation, when George Floyd died and I went out in these streets, it wasn't just black people. It wasn't just black people saying we need justice for George Floyd. I was alongside a bunch of black people. As much as you would think that every black person in the world was out there, but that's not the reality. That's not the reality of what we deal with. So I want to deal with people who are fighting against right and wrong. Yes, I'm for my black people all day long. I want to see the evolution of, not evolution, I want to see the growth of the black man. I want to see us reach our natural state. I want us to be in positions of power, and I want us to be in positions of equity. I don't want us to be starving. I don't want to see no black person not being able to live out their dreams, barely surviving. I don't want that. So I'm for blacks all day, but I'm for right. Right? I'm for right. So even when there's a black that goes against my moral compass, I'm not with that individual. There's certain people that say whatever and this and that. I can't stand with you, because you as an individual, you are wrong to me. The spirit, your everything is wrong to me. I don't stand on the side of what's wrong. Never. I don't want to stand on the side of what's wrong. My moral compass, when I stand next to you and I stand up for you, I got to be able to sleep at night saying, whatever. I'm comfortable knowing that after this fight and before this fight, this person lived as an honorable individual. So whatever I lose or gain, whatever it is, I can do it in good faith. I can't do that for every black person. There's some black people that I cannot sacrifice my family, and my kids, and my life for, because I don't believe that they deserve that sacrifice. And if you're willing to do that, that's fine. But I'm not. There's every black person that has a situation, I'm not gonna stand up for. Because if it's not right, then I'm not gonna stand up for it. So I want people that understand that what's happening to Kyrie is wrong, to stand up and say something about it. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what culture you are, what ethnicity. What's happening to Kyrie is wrong. And we supposed to unify on that premise alone. Fuck the rest of the shit. Fuck why you think it's wrong, what you think with religion, this, all that shit. I don't want to. That's your thing. I'm saying what's happening to Kyrie Irving right now is wrong. Completely wrong. That man is being crucified publicly and trying to castrate that man. They're trying to take his spirit away from him. They're literally trying to take his spirit and make him feel like, I don't even want to speak again. I don't want to speak on behalf of anything. I've been fighting for black people. You know, I fought for my own religious rights when it came to this vaccine. I believed that I would be healthy. I did the things, and now that people decide that it's no longer a thing, nobody talks about that. That man stood up on his own principles and his own beliefs and religious system against a whole system. Lost money, lost all types of things because he stood on principle. I can't be mad at the man who always stand on principle, who continues to speak about Brittany Griner, who donated money to the WNBA, who's donated money around this world, who's been an advocate for every issue that plague blacks in America. Nah, I'm gonna fight for that. Win, lose, or draw. I don't care who like it. I don't care who it offends. I'm gonna fight. Because I know that's how I live my life. And when and if it happens to me, I want you to go out there and fight for me. That's what I want. I want you to go out there and fight for me, because you know I will fight for you. We can't wait till it happens to us and then like, oh, I need somebody to know. Because it's going to happen to all of us. None of us is above this shit. None of us is above saying some shit that the powers that be don't like. And doing shit, because when you fight on behalf of the people, you threatening the power structure. So all they do is wait for you to say the wrong word, that they can label you something and say, oh, you know what? That's who he is. Throw him away. Fuck the 50 years of the shit he been doing good. That's who he is. Throw him away. We're gonna take all his resources. We're gonna make sure he doesn't have any media coverage. We're gonna shame him in the eyes of the public. We're gonna do we're going to completely get rid of him. Now we ain't gotta worry about him. No, we ain't gotta worry about him getting the people to rise and get to a certain level of equity. We ain't gotta worry about him, because because before we couldn't justify. Nah, we couldn't justify the bullshit. But now he did it. He said that thing. He made that one mistake and we got his ass now. God, and that's what it is. So none of us is above that. So if we ain't gonna fight for this now, then don't expect nobody to fight for it later. Please don't expect for nobody to fight for it later. So that's what my message is, y'all. My message is unity, not uniformity. Understand that in this moment, Kyrie Irving, what is happening to Kyrie Irving is wrong. And it shouldn't happen. And as a people who fight on the side of what's right, as good, decent, humane individuals who understand right and wrong, we should be saying that what's happening to Kyrie is wrong. And if you're not, then you have a personal issue, because Kyrie is a good individual. When you look at his track record as a human being and what he's given to this culture, he's a good individual. Whether you agree with his stance, whether you felt you should have got the vaccine or not, when he didn't get the vaccine, he told you, I've studied, I've done all of the things. And based on my religious beliefs and my spiritual beliefs, I don't want to put that into my body. And I'm willing to deal with the consequences that come with that. That's what men do. That's what honorable individuals do. Win, lose, or draw, no, y'all rather me get the money and all of these accolades and be considered to be this good Negro who follows instructions, but that's not who I am. I'm an individual who moves on the spirit. And if my spirit don't tell me to do something, then I'm not doing it to appease anybody else. It's not selfish. It's just I'm moving to God's voice. When a person moves to God's voice over what the secular world tells them, that's an honorable individual for me. Because that's how I move. Win, lose, or draw, I move with God's voice. God's voice is in my head. So if a million niggas like, yo, come do this, why you don't do it? Why you ain't listening? Because God's voice ain't telling me to do that. God's voice ain't in my head saying, yo, Mike, you need to do that. And God's voice could tell me to do something that only one person is saying do. But if God's voice tells me to go with that one person, then that's where I'm going. I'm not going with the majority of people because that's what you think I should do. If God's voice does not speak to my son Lennon, he do not move. And I support any other individual who moves with God's voice. God's voice is the only voice I hear. When I make a decision, I don't even listen to me. I listen to God's voice. So I support Kyrie because every instance that I watched that man move, he moved with God's voice.